what's up, you guys? Tom is back with another LinScents video. Today we have a fragrance from Atoor Al Alam, but before we get into that, just want to say thank you guys again. It is an honor to be playing on one of those electronic devices, whether it's that Android, that iPhone, maybe you watch me on that tablet, maybe you watch me on that TV, maybe you watch me at home, at work, in bed, in the shower, wherever and however you watch me. It is an honor. If you guys are new to this channel, you like what you see, hit the subscribe button, comment, and like. Likes are very, very important. Now, Atoor Al Alam, probably butchering the hell out of that, but they are pretty much like a brand of Fragrance World. So Fragrance World, again, you guys all know, just like Latafah. Latafah is here. Then they got all these other sub-brands, and so that is the case with this one as well. So it is Fragrance World, Atoor Al Alam. I'm probably butchering that name like crazy, but if you want the real pronunciation, go check out Aromatics Neeb Aromatics. Man, the guy is just taking off like crazy, and man, much flowers to you, homie. Nonetheless, let's get into this fragrance. Now, this is a fragrance that I think he's actually has a short on, and maybe he has like a little full review on. And this is a fragrance that is inspired by 1 million Elixr, and that is this Raiee. Okay, so as you guys know, some of these Middle Easterns, they just say, you know what, we're going to take everything about that fragrance and we're going to make it our own. And this time, you know, fortunately, I was smart enough to watch his video and see what he thought of it. And they say this is a 1 million Elixr inspiration. Now, it is known that it is a 1 million Elixr cologne because you look at all the websites that it's sold on, and it all says the same thing, inspired by that one. So it doesn't have a gold bar or anything like that. Doesn't look nowhere near it. So this is one of those fragrances that you're going to have to either watch, hope that the Middle Eastern company tells you what they're cloning, or just, you know, play the guessing game with your nose. And so therefore, you know, I've seen what it is. Aromatics told us what it is. So now we know what it is. Okay, so here's the thing. I do have two 1 million fragrances right here, okay? Very good. Lucky. And then this is the Parfum, okay? Both are good. You guys already know both are sweet. They're going to get sweet. They're compliment magnets, okay? Stuff like that. Clubbing fragrance, whatnot. But I'm not the hugest fan of the 1 million in general. Even though I got these two, one of them was a gift, so I was going to keep it. The other one I just bought just to see what it's all about. But again, sometimes they're a little bit too sweet. And honestly, I really believe a lot of these fragrance companies, okay, you guys already know they got, so Paco Rabanne has the 1 million lineup, then the Invictus lineup, and all these other lineups. And honestly, I think they're just recycled scents at this point, okay? They might be one note different than all the rest of them, but the rest of the juice that they have left from this scent, they probably throw it into another one, in another lineup, and they call it something different. And that is the thing with some of these fragrances. Now, I'll admit, this Raiee, okay, has really good performance. Projection is very nice. Longevity is very nice, and I am going to spray it just to show you what it's all about. But before we can get into that, look at that bottle, okay? So, you know, he thought of something explicit about this bottle. But I was thinking more of like, you know, this looks like the, you know, back in the day when Mary J. Blige did the, in this dancery. You know, she had that haircut. She looked like the Shredder. This is kind of what that reminds me of. So when I seen this, I thought of Mary J. Blige in the, you know, Family Affair video, because she had that same haircut, looked like the Shredder. But this thing, let's get into it, okay? The bottle is, you know, besides that cap, it's actually pretty decent. I like this kind of, this style. Feels good in the hand and stuff like that. But nonetheless, kind of heavy. Cap is kind of plasticky. Other than that, let's get into this. So, oh, there's Fragrance World right on the top. So, just letting you know that this is, again, Fragrance World. And then Atoor Al Alam is the brand name, okay? So, Fragrance World, manufacturing it, and so forth. Okay, so, here's the thing with these fragrances, man. And I must admit, this is a very good fragrance. He says that this one doesn't have like a rosy scent in it, which it really doesn't. When you first spray it, I kind of get spicy and a little bit, you do get a little bit of the apple, and it's kind of like a fresh apple, okay? It's not like cinnamony, sweet, syrupy, cinnamony apple like that. You get like freshness, okay? You get the freshness, you get a little bit of sweet, okay? And you get this like kind of spicy, woody thing going on here, okay? So there's fruit, ambery, woody, and vanilla, okay? Vanilla is pretty much what you're gonna smell near the end of this fragrance, okay? When it gets dried out and everything like that, that's what you're gonna get with it, okay? You are gonna get great performance with this. You're gonna get great projection with it, okay? Longevity is really, really good with this fragrance. Again, my problem with this style of fragrance, and again, this is just my opinion with these type of fragrances, that sometimes they become, especially again, if you're going with a woman, okay? These, in my opinion, a fragrance like this, gourmands are meant to be for if you've already are engaged with a woman, okay? Maybe you went on a date already, okay, a few times. Now you're starting to really get close and close like that, or you just got a wife, okay? You wear those sweeter, seductive style fragrances because, you know, then it's like, you know, because these sweet fragrances are meant for like that cuddling phase, that getting closer phase, okay? When you wear something more different, like even like a Sauvage, even though like everyone wears it, okay? When you first smelled that fragrance, that was polarizing. It was something that like, man, there's a man in the house, someone's wearing that. But with these fragrances, again, with that sweetness, a little bit of that gourmandiness going on in here, again, it's kind of like, it's good. It's a damn good fragrance. Don't get me wrong. I love the way this stuff smells. Yes, it doesn't have that rose that he was talking about. And again, sometimes rose can be kind of that dark, and some people really don't like rose fragrance, okay? So when you smell that rose, you kind of get off-putted by that. But this one doesn't have it. Again, it is a fresh apple. It smells like a fresh apple, and that's only when you get real close and you really take a deep breath and you smell it, okay? You'll get this little bit of freshness, almost like a nice red, juicy apple, okay? Get a little bit of spiciness, okay? And you get the woods, and you get this ambery, vanilla, smooth scent trail that is very, very delicious. A very sexy fragrance. Just like he said, there's nothing wrong with him saying this is a sexy fragrance, because it actually is a sexy fragrance. It's a damn good fragrance. Again, my issue is with some of these ones that are a little bit sweet, they're a little bit too much vanilla, too much of this. They become, again, almost like, and again, I don't mind smelling like a dessert, but, you know, and this is like more of a clubbing fragrance, but let's say you're going out with all your guys, like, do you want to be the one that smells like dessert? I don't know. Like, if your one friend's wearing Sauvage, the other guy's wearing Creed Aventus, me, I would be like, I'm wearing Tiger. Okay, we all smell different, but we smell like men. We smell like good. We don't. There's none of us that smell like dessert. Now again, a very good fragrance. If you have a wife already, you have a woman that you're kind of seeing, and you're kind of getting closer and closer. I think this is that type of fragrance. And again, you can rock this in the clubs if you want. But again, it's just my opinion. But let me show you the sprayer real quick, and then I'll see if the wifey actually likes this. Babe, I'm not gonna spray it on my hand because this fragrance does last quite a while, okay? You're going to get easily 2 hours of projection. You're going to notice it for about 6 hours. After the 6-hour mark, it does become closer to the skin scent, but it's definitely still noticeable on the skin, and it's quite noticeable. It's not just barely there, okay? I'm going to spray this now. I didn't want to spray this on my hand because, again, it's a long-lasting fragrance, and I got some other stuff I want to test out, so I want to kind of keep these hands clear for tomorrow, but I'm going to spray it over this way a little bit. And when she gets close enough to smell it, again, it is a sweet, it's a seductive, it is a cuddly fragrance. Okay, you're gonna get that sweet, that almost, again, powdery, almost ambery vanilla scent in the air. Okay, you do get apple. Now, when you get closer, when you actually smell it on skin, you get apple. Okay, so she says it smells really good. But this is what I'm kind of trying to describe to these people. Okay. Now, me personally, this is like considered a clubby style fragrance. People think of a clubby, but this is more of a close encounter, right? Like a more. So that's what I'm just thinking. Like, a lot of these 1 million fragrances are meant for clubbing, but in my opinion, I think this is more of a close encounter situation. But again, only I feel as if, I don't think I would want to wear this if I was just meeting a woman for the first time. Not this one.
You could, but something that's more up close and personal, not clubbing like your hip hop club.
So I'm just going off overall scent though, like
yeah, this is scent wise, but it wouldn't be your hip hop type club meeting a woman.
So okay, so I think she's going in the route of like just like a typical like a lounge club or a lounge bar or something like that.
More, yeah, something
where there's more mature men, not all just young.
Yeah.
Young hoodlums, okay? You don't want to go to that place and rock this, okay? This is more of a sensual thing, again.
Something sexy.
It is more of a sexier date night style fragrance. But again, I don't think I would rock this on a first date, like if you're meeting, because I kind of want to smell more like a man. And this does smell like a man, but it's kind of sweet, where it's kind of maybe later, okay? Again, you met a lady, you guys are kicking it off good, maybe like the 4th or 5th date. Guys seem like it's getting closer, then yes, then there. But as far as just meeting up with someone, I would probably not rock this just yet. I would wait. But again, fall, the springtime, nighttime, this is a nighttime fragrance, okay? I wouldn't rock this in the day, even though I did all day, and it really smells great, okay? But again, it's just a fragrance that I see myself probably wearing just on occasional date nights, okay? So if you have already the 1 million Elixr, and again, I've heard that it has like a rosy note, and some people don't like the rosy notes. Rose doesn't really bother me. I kind of like the rose. The rose kind of gives it to me, a more intense, darker smell. The rose, in my opinion, especially if it's like one of them darker, them old people smelling roses, not like a playful rose like Toy Boy or something like that. If it is that darker, I think that would actually help this. Even though he thinks it's different, I think that would help this make it a little bit more of a, now I would wear this on the first date. But because it is more playful, it is more sweet and seductive, again, I think this is better off for a, 5th or 6th date or something like that. Where the other stuff, the leatheries, the vetivers and stuff like that, the citruses right up at the front when you're meeting a woman. But, man, we got to start hitting it off. And everything's going well, everything's good, then that is when you hit her with this. And then that's when this turns into this and turns into that. Okay? So with that being said, I really do like this fragrance. I'll probably use this maybe 5 times out the whole year, maybe a little bit more. Again, this is really good. Again, sweet, kind of seductive, a little bit ambery, a little bit powdery, a little bit of that woodiness, okay? But everything about this is really, really good. Again, performance, projection, longevity, everything is top notch with this fragrance. And again, if you can't afford the 1 million Elixr, that is kind of expensive. You can get this for less than $50. Wherever you find it, it's going to be less than 50. So you are going to be saving yourself a good amount of change, because I mean, the Elixr is, even at discounters, is still probably like over $85, $90. So if you got $50 laying around, you want to smell like it, go over there and check this out. Go smell the real thing first and see if you like it. And then, ooh, I don't have that money, but I can get this. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to get up out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that video. And if you guys did, hit the likes, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Peace out.